Okay guys, I'm back from holidays and we've been meaning to do this video for quite a while, but it hasn't been an asked video, but it's more so been a video that I wanted to do for people because I think it's just super handy to know how to do this. There's probably a bunch of videos like this, but I thought I'd do my own. And it's how to set up your rider's sag on your e-moto or any moto for that instance. It's super easy to do. It's much easier, and the proper way to do it is with someone else. Right now we're just doing it just us. We've done it enough times to know how to do it. I've got a wall here to lean on kind of thing and put my weight on the bike. But there's a couple of things you're going to need. You're going to need all your gear on when you're doing this. A tape measure, a reference point on the bike. So whether it's your fender or whatever it is, but you've got the top of the bike to the swing arm. I usually like to use this part of the fender here, this flat part here, to the wheel axle, the bottom of the wheel axle, and then you'll measure. So what we're going to do is first, we're going to get our static sag, which is the sag on the bike with no rider on it. I'm going to write that down, then we're going to move on to our rider's sag. So let's chuck the bike on a stand first and get our static sag measurement, and then we will keep going from there. The bike on the stand. Pretty much just get the wheel off the ground and get that measurement. So wheel off the ground completely. I'm going to measure from axle. Let's measure from the axle to this cut here, actually, because it's a nice straight line. So the bottom of the axle to that join is 574. So we'll write that down. A little piece of cardboard. Now we want to just give the bike a couple compressions so that it's all the way sag static with no rider, and give it another measurement now. So you want to probably get someone to hold it for you, but we're just going to do it how we've kind of always done it. Hold the bike up nice and straight, get that measurement again. So now we're sitting at 552. Let's get geared up first of all, and we'll come back. Alrighty, so we're now going to sit on the bike and get that measurement again. So this gets a little bit tricky, but we should be able to do it, so just bear with me. So I'll hold this. We've got all our gear on. So like I said, we're going to do the calculation once we've done this. So let's put the stand up. Now you want to be sitting somewhere where, not at the front, not in the back, but just kind of your riding position. That's where you want to be sitting. You don't want to be sitting too far forward or back because you're not going to get an accurate reading. Now, bounce on the bike a little bit. Cool. All your weight on the bike. Hopefully I don't stack on camera because that will be fun. 517. You've got 517. Now, like I said, if you're doing this, this is just for reference. We're going to do this again with someone, but do this with someone so you can get a proper reading. It's the best way to do it. We're going to come back and do those calculations. So we've got 517 rider sag, 552 static sag, and 574 with nothing, with no load on the bike. All right. Because we have Rfloxa RAB 53 RV, I think it is. yeah, something like that. Rear shock on this MX5 here. We have to look at the owner's manual and see what that shock is recommended to have. So it's recommended to have 15 to 25% of the shock absorber's full travel. The shock absorber's full travel on this bike is 265 millimeters. Now 57 divided by 265 is 21%. So we're sitting in that range, but I think we want a little bit less because right now the bike is jacked up a little bit at the front. It has a lot of rider sag at the moment. So it's kind of kicking the front end up a bit, especially with this drop crown and this 228mm travel fork. So we're going to try and push it down to that, more towards that 15%. So we're going to talk about 15% and try and get it to that correct mill. So we're going to do that and come back and show you how the bike's going to sit. So adjust preload on the spring to get the right sag. You need a tool or a screwdriver and maybe a little hammer just to loosen off the spring preload on top of the spring here. Loosening it off will actually increase rider sag. Tightening it up will decrease rider sag. So just remember that. Clockwise, decrease, anti-clockwise, increase. It's a little bit tricky, but just remember that. Okay guys, so we achieved what we wanted to achieve, which was 16% in travel. So we got the static sag was at 574, and what we're sitting at right now is 530, which is 16%. Now, the manual says anywhere between 15 to 25%. We were at 21.5%. We're going to see how this rides now. I did want the rear end a little bit higher. It was just not turning. The bike wasn't turning how I wanted it to after installing these shocks. And I just feel like sitting at that little bit higher end would be a lot better. It is a heavier bike. I'm a little bit heavier rider, so I think we're going to be okay, but we'll go for a ride this week and touch base. If we need to adjust, maybe back up to 18%, possibly maybe 19%. But I think right now it's pretty good. We set it up. Still plenty of bounce, it's not too stiff, so I think we're going to be pretty good. So feels good. That's how you set your sag, guys. So it's touch and go. It takes a little while to get it right, and obviously it's not going to feel right until you actually ride the bike. So I suggest set your sag, go for a little bit of a ride, come back, say yep, sweet, feels good, and then hit the track, and that's when you're really going to know. And then you can fine tune it for your riding. You don't have to sit there and go, oh, this is what it is, and blanket for every rider. That's not how it is. Set it to how you like it, and that's it. All good, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe. And one thing I just want to let you guys know that I will be purchasing a new bike within the next 2 months, but I'm going to leave it up to you. Now, we're looking for a more mid-sized kind of e-bike. So whether it's a Komodo or a Sur-Ron Ultra B, I was leaning toward the Ultra B 2025. I kind of like that more light, kind of nimble style. But I'm going to leave it up to you guys. Take a vote and put it down in the comments and DM me if you even want in my Instagram, and whichever votes get the most, I get the most on my comments on my pages and whatnot, I'll add them all up, tally them, and that's the bike that I'll get, and I'll announce it. And yeah, we're gonna make it like a cross between a supermoto and a hard enduro kind of bike. So we're gonna get supermoto tires for it as well, and wheels for the summer. And it's going to be a road legal bike, and then we're also going to ride it in track. So yeah, guys, let me know which one. Please like and subscribe. Cheers, big love.